Oh, hey. So, picture this. Date night. Once again, your significant other, your female significant other, can't decide what to do. So, what do you want to do for date night tonight?
I don't know.
Do you want to go to the park? Do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to go swimming? Do you want to play the Wii? Do you want to watch a movie here? Do you want to watch TV here? Do you want to do any of these things?
I don't know.
Do you want to go see Ant-Man? Or do you want to go see Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Given the choice, every woman would pick a chick flick for date night. So, today we're going to switch things up and we're going to do a man versus woman movie review of a recent chick flick, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Let's hop into it. Alright, well, welcome back to Real Talk Movies. Today we're going to welcome my wife, Kristen. Like I said, we're going to be going over a man versus woman review of Mamma Mia. Let's start with the question, was it better than the first? What is your opinion?
I definitely think it was better than the first, just because I feel like there was more of an emotional aspect to it than the last film. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen a chick flick in so long, because I feel like nowadays women don't really get to have a lot of chick flicks in the theaters anymore. A lot of the market is focused right now on, action movies, and that's kind of like the thing right now. But maybe that's why I really liked it, is because I haven't seen one like that in a long time. But I thought it was really good. I feel like I definitely walked away from it happier and more emotional than I did with the first movie. So in that regards, yes, I think it was better than the first.
I agree. I think it was better than the first. I mean, I thought the story was a little bit better. Like she was saying, it's a little bit more emotional, which is, for women, it's good. More emotional the better. For me, it's just like, no, it's good. Made it a better movie. So whatever. So I thought it was pretty good. I definitely think it was better than the first.
Surprisingly, even with the absence of Meryl Streep, I felt like, spoiler.
I don't like Meryl Streep. I think she's overrated.
I feel like it was better without her in a sense, and I loved whoever the actress is that played her. Lily James, who was the young version of her. I felt like she just made it really fun, and I love the way that they filmed it, just because I'm a film person, so I love how colorful it was and how it was one of those movies that left you feeling like it was a feel-good movie when you left. I felt like that for sure. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was definitely a feel-good movie. It was like me when I'm walking out of a Marvel movie. She was just like, oh, that was just so awesome, and I just want to talk about it. I mean, now I know how she feels, so... all right, moving on.
I think plot-wise that the reason why this second movie was so much better is because it included so many more emotional elements to it. So from like a story plot, script standpoint, there was more included into it, including humor and especially like a family relationship dynamic. I think that was probably the overall theme. Family dynamics are so important, and those family relationships that you build are so important, and being able to flash back to who people are and our relationships with them and how much they've changed our life and stuff like that. That was kind of like the theme of what was going on, and I think because they included that so heavily into this new film, I think that's why it has had such good reviews so far and why it was so much better than the first.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like it was definitely, there was more drawing you in. Like the first one was like, who's her dad? There's not much more to it than that. The second movie, there's just a lot more going on that draws you in. This is a musical, and we can't talk about musicals without talking about the music. So, in my opinion, I love the music because I love old music like ABBA, like the 70s, 80s, even 60s music. That's like my jam. So I love the music. I thought it was really good. They used some of the same songs as the first movie. I actually enjoyed their choice of music because they included a lot of new songs, but then they also included the best ones from the first one. So that's how I felt. I thought the music was spot on.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like they were still able to weave in those really popular songs from the first movie so that us returning audience members would be able to like sing along still and feel like it was familiar, but they were able to add in a ton of new extra songs that I had never heard of before from ABBA. And so it was fun. Now I'm kind of like, you know, excited to download the new soundtrack and get to know all of these new songs. Like usual, ABBA's music was really good, and the dancing, I would like to talk about the dancing because that's my favorite part. This is a man versus woman review, okay? So I think the biggest reason why I love Mamma Mia, and especially the second one, is the dancing, because a musical is not fit without dancing. What I loved about this movie and why it was such a feel-good movie is because not only did you have this awesome music that kind of just made you lighthearted, but you also had this dancing all over the place. And I just wish more movies nowadays would make stuff that makes everybody feel good when they leave, because I feel like everything nowadays is just full of Marvel and action and depressing films, and I think our movie theater was full, guys. Like, it was full of women, like completely packed.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a reason for that, you know. I think that film production companies should really keep that in mind, that even though this genre of chick flicks has gone out of style for the past few years, that there is still a large target audience of women that are waiting to watch these films, and that they'd make a lot of money if they would make more of them, because we need more of them. And even men somewhat enjoy them.
Yeah. Yep. As long as it doesn't take away from the movies that really matter, like Marvel movies. How does this movie compare to other chick flicks in general? I thought it was better than most chick flicks, because romance wasn't the number one focus like it is with most chick flicks. I mean, there was a love story involved, but it wasn't just like man meets woman, woman falls in love kind of thing. It was like 3 different guys, and it was a lot more of a complicated story, which I thought was better than most chick flicks. Overall, I thought it was way better than most chick flicks.
It plays pretty well compared to other chick flicks. I feel like definitely if you are hesitant on going to see this movie just because you're so sick of the romance, if you're a male or a woman that just does not want to be overloaded with romance, I would definitely feel like the overall theme of Mamma Mia 2 is family relationships. They still weave in some instances of romance that make it still lighthearted, but it's more of a humorous love story, I would think. That's what's so awesome about this film, is that it weaves in a ton of humor. I definitely felt like this movie was so much more funny than the last movie. I was laughing the whole movie. I feel like it was a really unique chick flick, and it will probably draw in more people, and I definitely feel like it's on my higher list of chick flicks that I'd want to watch. No matter what genre it is, if it's a chick flick or a comedy or an action movie or whatever, I want to leave the theater feeling good at the end, feeling lighthearted and happier than I was when I entered the movie theater. So for me, I feel like this definitely was an awesome movie.
There is a difference between what men and women look for in the movies. I don't always look for a feel-good feeling at the end. I just want an awesome movie that's gonna blow me away. Like, you know, like the last Avengers movie, for example. Blown away. I mean, most people would enjoy this movie unless you just hate romantic movies at all. Then I think, unless you're like that, you're gonna enjoy this movie. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. We want to hear your opinion as well. So just let's talk, and we'll see you next time.